So have you ever heard of the African-American man named William Lanson? Well, that's a pretty big name if you're from the state of Connecticut. He was the founder of the neighborhood called New Liberia, now known as Wooster Square. And he's also the founder of New Haven, Connecticut's Long Wharf. Let's get into it. So not too much is known about his childhood. And why is that? He was born enslaved in the 1780s, but then he escaped. And after his grand escape, he ended up in New Haven, Connecticut. And this is where he opened his own quarry business. It was this quarry business that benefited the whole entire city of New Haven. Now, William Lanson, he had a unique skill. He had knowledge of balancing and weight. So he was able to build flatboats that held massive amounts of stone. And when I say massive, I mean like 25 tons. He and the men he hired obtained these massive amounts of stones from quarrying. And what did he do with all these stones? Well, he built a great extension to New Haven's Long Wharf. So what's a wharf? It's the area where a ship can be moored to load and unload. Lanson's extension was about 1,400 feet long. And you know what else? Lanson was the only one in New Haven that could do this. Because of Lanson's New Haven Long Wharf extension, guess what happened in Connecticut? It put Connecticut on the map, baby. Before this, New York got all the action. But now that the extension was built, commercial activity boomed in Connecticut. Trade began to come in from the north and the south, from Europe all the way to the Caribbean. Yeah, William Lanson put Connecticut on the map. But we can't forget around that time, he also founded New Liberia. Oh, great neighborhood. And he did it with the money from his quarrying business. He bought land and houses and became a real estate mogul. He built his own home, and then African-American families started moving in. Everyone rented homes from Lanson. Even Irish people started moving in too. This all happened between the 1810s and 1820s. Not only did he build a neighborhood, but he had a hotel. He built churches. Oh, let me go back. His hotel was the most popular in the area, by the way. But all this popularity brought on the haters. White people began to want his land. Even though some of those white people were his clients, they still turned their backs on him when they saw how prosperous African Americans were in the neighborhood and in the whole area. Also, they didn't like it that Irish people started to move in because that meant it was integrated. And it was racist back then, so integration was a no-no. That's when the racist white people began to start rumors and write reports about falsehoods of black people, accusing them of being morally corrupt and lacking skill. Then they stopped taking money to all of his establishments. On top of that, the police started harassing him, trying to pin crimes on him when he was innocent. It got so bad that it was almost criminal for a white person to hire anyone black in the area. They ostracized the black community. So much so that Lanson went into debt. Unfortunately, he died poor. But in 2020, they erected a statue in his honor.